So, lads, tonight is one of the most important games of the Indiana Fever season. And I know a lot of people don't think like that. A lot of people are saying, oh, it doesn't really matter. It doesn't really matter. It's like, they're going to go 18-16 if they lose tonight. They're still in the playoffs by probably two games. I think they face the Lynx twice in a row. And I think tonight they have a better chance of winning than against the Sun. Rashid Mazian does not like the Fever. It is what it is there. He is a damn good coach. He is a good coach. He's done well development-wise. He's developed their young players. Marina Mabry wants to cook the Fever. She wants to cook the Fever. And you're now in a situation where the roster for the Indiana Fever is okay. Like, it's not a playoff roster. Without Caitlin Clark there, this is not a playoff roster. The thing is that you might be able to just hang on. Like, this team does not have wings. This team has two real wings. Maybe three if you want to consider Kelsey Mitchell for their entire team. Like, Chloe Bibby's having to play down to 3, and she's not a 3. She's not a 3. So it's like, it's just not a great situation here. It's not a great situation for the Indiana Fever to be in. It's you're then playing the Sun, who I think are going to beat us. I think we can win this game. So, if we have to go 19-14, it's going to take 21 wins to make the playoffs. And yes, we faced the Chicago Sky in the last game of the season. And if the Chicago Sky can do nothing, will want to do nothing else, they're going to want to knock us out of the playoffs. But, it's going to take probably 21 games to make the playoffs. That is my assumption. And with Caitlin Clark out, it becomes really difficult. They are not winning either of these Lynx games without Caitlin. They're playing the Lynx 3 times, pencil them off as losses. They then face the Storm, Sparks, and Valkyries. And because of who those 3 teams are, if they go in a 3-game slide here, you are going back 1 game. If you lose to the Storm, you go back 1 game on the Storm. If you lose to the Sparks, you go back 1 game. So if that's a 3-game slide, suddenly you go to 500. These are 3 games that they may not win. Then they face the Mercury, who are going to want to kill them, then the Sky. The Sky, the Mystics, and the Lynx. 21 wins, I think, will get them into playoffs. So they need to win tonight, Connecticut, to be safe. 22 to be safe. Chicago and Washington. They are 4 games that they are favored in. I think they're going to be the only 4 games, unless Caitlin Clark comes back, that the Fever are going to be favored in. And not only that, if you are the Indiana Fever, do you want to go into the 7-2 matchup and face the Liberty? Or do you want to get into the 8-1 matchup and lose to the Lynx? I don't even know when I'm saying, to get the 7-2 matchup for the Liberty, because the Liberty I think the Liberty are probably going to end up in the 7-2 matchup. You just never know. You never know with them. Because they very much are, they're kind of tough team to evaluate. Because at the end of the day, Stewie's gone. And with Stewie being gone, it can be a really tricky one to judge. And when she comes back, and when she's back, they're probably go championship favorites. And then at the same time, do you want to go into the 7-3 matchup? The Indiana Fever are now in a situation where there's no scenario where they're going to have a favorable run. The most favorable run that they would have in the playoffs is getting home court advantage, maybe, in the first round. But the problem is there's best of 3, and you got to win one of the first 2 to get home court. So the likelihood of the Indiana Fever playing a playoff game in Gamebridge is low. It's low. And tonight is a huge, huge game, and they got to get off on the front foot, because the Washington Mystics are now enough out of the playoff race that they can start really trying to win games. And they also don't not try to win games. They're a game and a half out of the playoffs. They're not trying to make the playoffs. They've got a tough run in. But, I think Shug Sutton's injured. But still, they really fought hard against the the Valks, and they were way down, and they came back in the fourth quarter, and they were right in that. Sonia Citron with 4 of 13. She had 14 second half or 15 second half points. Kiki Iriafan at 14. Yeah, Shug Sutton's gone, and they don't have JC Sheldon today, which is good for us. Like, it is a good thing that JC Sheldon's not there, because I think JC Sheldon's going to is a tough player. Is a tough player to shake. I think she's going to be a tough player for any of these guards to have to match up with. I think she's going to be a tough player for a lot of these guards to have to deal with, if we're being honest. And she's not going to be there. Okay, sorry. Shug Sutton is healthy. Shug Sutton's healthy. Why don't I think she went down injured in one of the games? Or was it that? But with Jade Melbourne, Steph Dolson's playing a little bit. Alicia Clark in there. Like, it's not an easy game. It's just one that Fever have to win. They have to win it. They cannot let Sonia Citron take over this game down the stretch, because if this is a close game down the stretch, the Mystics are going to win. The Mystics are going to win if this is close down the stretch. I mean that. They are going to win. So if you are the Fever, you got to get a lead early. You've got to get a lead. Because, like, the Fever nearly blew a 17-point lead in the fourth quarter the one time they beat the Mystics. Like, they, nearly blew a huge lead. And they lost the other one comfortably enough. Like, this Mystics team are more clutch than you. Sonia Citron is more clutch than any player on this team, including Kelsey Mitchell. For me, it would be a crazy one. It would be a crazy one if the Fever pulled out a dogfight against this specific team. But I'm looking to blitz them if I'm Indiana. Blitz them early. Like, this is a team that are playing better, are better than they're supposed to be. There's a lot of good things when it comes to the Washington Mystics that we're seeing. And look, if we're going to be completely honest, the Fever have been iffy. Have been really, really iffy. The last couple of times, or like the last couple of games down the stretch, and I just don't see them. I just don't see the Fever. If they lose a couple in a row, I can see them imploding. And yeah, this is my prediction. I'm predicting the Indiana Fever to win today. I'm predicting the Indiana Fever to lose to Connecticut. I think the Connecticut Sun I think they're going to split the series 2-2. I don't hate this team as much as other people do. I think they're way better than the Sky. And as much as Marina Mabry, Tina Charles, Layla Lacan, Sanaya Rivers, I think it's going to be hell for the Indiana Fever to try to deal with that Connecticut Sun team. But anyway, yeah, that's the video. Thank you guys for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe.